it's time then for qualifying here for the Singapore social race here for AOR. And it's going to be a difficult one, qualifying and the race. So, under the lights here in Marina Bay, let's go for it. So then, we're standing by here for qualifying, and this is going to be our final run because it's the end of the session almost. And well, it was an interesting qualifying session all the way through because I just put it in the wall multiple times, to be honest, which is always great fun. But you know, on our final run, and it's the very end of the session, you know, well, it's all to play for. If you get any sort of a lap, then that's golden. But so here we're just going to start it off in 6th. Just a little sort of breakdown. Then through here go into 5th. Then again go down the gears into 2nd. Try not to lock up because that can really destroy your lap very quickly. And we're just keeping it as much to the outside as possible, really. Going to the inside very quickly, and then out of the corner you're just trying to get on throttle as early as possible, which is why you're keeping it down in 4th. So then rather than being in a high gear like in 5th and that, going a bit quicker into the and we destroy it into there, braking at the 50 metre ball way too early, or way too late shall I say, and we butcher that lap. So we're just gonna have to deal with it and get on with a brilliant fight, 2nd and 3rd sector. So here, going down into 3rd, bouncing a bit off the curb, as you always do. And well, through there, you're just trying to keep it as straight as possible, because if you're turning in too much, you're locking up the right-hand side wheel. And if you're, not turning in enough, you're going to lock the left-hand wheel trying to get into the corner. Then through here, braking down into 3rd. That barrier there is instant death. Do not touch it. If you get anywhere near it, then may Jesus be with you, because there's no chance of surviving that. Then through there, it's sort of just a game of trying to keep to the inside as much as possible, trying to also maximise everything through there. Through here, you're sort of trying to keep it very much over the edge there, because it sort of hooks it in. Through there, you're in 6th. We're out of DRS, or ERS shall I say, and we finish it in 5th. Schlumpf in 6th, who's obviously our AOR rival. Even though he's not a rival, he's very much in the lead of this or very much with his teammate in the lead of the championship. But anyway, it's all to play for here in this social race for pride. And 5 red lights, and away we go. We've got Neil ahead of us, and we've got Lucas also ahead of us, so we're going to try and get away from them. Neil very much could have left more room on the outside there, but he squeezes us. We both make the exit road, just get in front of Lucas there, but we're now behind Scotty. And we're going to try, we've got to really dispatch of him as quick as possible, because we don't want Schlumpf to be getting away. We tapped the wall there, which could have been very dangerous for us, but we didn't get any wing damage, luckily. And we're just going to try and see whether we make a dive on Scotty, but we don't. We just sort of have a look up the inside, telling him we're there. And we get a massive amount of slide on the exit, which is horrible. But of course, this game, it loves a bit of a slide on at Singapore. A Singapore slider, I guess you could say. But here we're going into the old sling section. And well, we have to keep back a bit. We can't be pushing the entire time, especially on this first set of softs, which go instantly. We're getting a nice little look at how the cars look through there. And all 3 of us, very close together, about the same gap to each other. I mean, it's just a game of who can actually make a move first. And we see Neil put it in the barrier, which is of course instant death, as I said. And it's very unfortunate for him on the first lap though, so he didn't waste too much time. But it's obviously unfortunate, because then that means for the actual race he won't have all his practice done. But here we're just right on Scotty, who's looking at Schlumpf, but that one sort of little dive, look up the inside, didn't really pay out for him, so he's obviously going to be a bit slower. Maybe he's sort of risking it for a chocolate biscuit on the first lap. Maybe he's overheated his tyres. We never know. But we can only assume. So then, braking, you're really just braking under that bridge there. It's a very nice look of where you got to brake. And he gets a massive slide on out of there. I mean, that was just shocking from him. It was just probably a tiny bit too much throttle. We do, you know, sort of turn a bit more than we usually would. But that's just because on the outside there is a very deadly barrier as well. It's just a block. And yeah, so we've just did a very clean dive on him. You could say it was quite scummy, but there's no DRS. Just remember that. Keep that in your mind. It was just a very nice, clean move. No locking up or anything, which is, you know, it happens quite a lot in this game. So then here, we just look on the outside, and it's so slippery there. And it didn't look like it was about to slide out that much, but I guess it would. So, you know, yeah, and somehow we see track limits there. That, I don't agree with that one. And there's one further on the track with that killer barrier. Well, I don't agree with that track limit either. And we're still sliding here. I mean, that shows you just how little grip we are. We aren't even pushing. So we see Schlumpf go very wide there. And get a bit of a slide on there. But that's mainly just because he was getting back on the track from being quite loaded up, and he's going wide everywhere. He must have no grip on that car, so I feel quite sorry for him, but I don't at all either in the same way. So we're gaining quite a bit on him on the brakes through there, just sort of keeping it chill, locking up a bit there, which is not ideal, and we just don't get very good exit from that, just trying to keep the rears in touch. And through it, we're very close to him. I mean, from the gap we had to him, and we made a very big gap on the people behind, but I'm pretty sure quite a few of them retired or boxed, and he's getting really slidey through there. But again, people behind us did box in that, or didn't box, but maybe they just, you know, backed off or span out or something. But here, that braking, you know, the braking for that pit, you know, zone is horrible. But now we're going on to the end of that pit stop, and now we've got Gwynbold ahead of us, and you know, we can't have that. You've got to dispatch of it. So, we're right behind him, and well, we're gonna have a look on DRS here, because we have that DRS, because of course it's the 6th lap, and well, we're just gonna try and fly right by him. I mean, no fuss given, and we do make quite a nice dive, keep him mostly on track, and yeah, so we could have broken a bit earlier, but you know, what can you do? We've got Hanley here, who I'm pretty sure put it in the wall there, which is obviously not ideal. And yeah, so we just, you know, we're gonna be catching him quite a bit. Or I don't want to gender appropriate, because otherwise, you know, I'm going to hell. And I just have to drive through a front wing. I mean, how many times have you done that in your life? I've done it no times, but I've done it in a game. So that's all that matters, and we've got no front wing. So obviously we're gonna be a bit cautious into the corner, because they could try and brake where they usually brake, and it just won't end out well. So we are a bit cautious into there, but we get it done. We stick it, and we, you know, we prick it. But Schlumpf, he's, you know, we did the undercut on him, and we're so far ahead of him now. Obviously going purple in that final sector, which is lovely. I like a bit of purple final sector. And now we're going up to Ronan, who, remember in the last Sochi race, he beat us. He you know, he had the fresher tyres. But now it's the opposite way round. We're going to try and have the freshest tyres. Well, we do have the freshest tyres on him. I'm going to try and get the legs on him. So going into here, into the DRS zone, we get a purple lap. That's always very nice. I love a bit of going purple. And we do a dive there. And I wasn't looking for making a move there. However, he flinched a bit. He got off the brakes, or he just turned out a bit. And, well, he ruined it for himself. So, you know, that's luck of the draw. But he's going to have a very good chance of getting back at us here, which is obviously not what you want. So we're going to try and, you know, use a bit of ERS and a bit of engine mode to get past him and keep away from him, and we do. So that's always very nice. And now going on to the end of lap 12, we absolutely butcher it there, and we spin. So we see Schlumpf with his giant gap he had to us. He was very far behind, and we spin it. We spin it and bin it. So, luckily, we didn't take the front wing off or anything there. And I was, you know, to toot my own horn, I was quite smart on, you know, not going straight to the middle of the track after I spun. I waited for Schlumpf to get by. And, well, our tyre temps were 112 and that. So, now we're coming to the end of the stint. And we did manage after a lap of going, very low percentage on our pace, we did manage to get back onto, decent tyre attempts in that. So they were running around the soft pace, sort of around that, the fastest, the second, third lap of the soft pace. Essentially on the rear mediums, and now we're boxing again. Obviously, final box. So we're actually going to show you the full pit lane. Here. So here, going into the box, we get a good 2.5 second stop, a good release as well. Usually I butcher that and release the clutch too early, and then it goes whoa, and you're gone. But are we going to get stuck behind anybody here? Yes. Yes, we are. So, obviously, that pit lane there, it's very horrible. If you're going to try and push through there, don't. Just keep it chill, because obviously, you're going to gain more than you lose if you're not just putting it in the wall there. Which is obviously a great thing to do. I love not putting it in the wall. So, we're going to, continue on with this lap, because usually I'll cut to when we're right on his chuff. But I'm not going to do that. Because I just want to show you how much we catch up in this. Because you saw the gap that there was there. And we also saw the gap to Gwynbold. And they're both getting rapidly either smaller for the car in front or bigger for the car behind. So, right now we're right on him. And I mean, you would expect there as well to probably punt him. But we didn't, because we've got a slight bit of an intelligence. And we're just going to have a look around the outside. And we're going to try and do the switchback a bit there. So I was, to be fair, looking for a bit of that switchback move, but we're just going to pace him out. And, well, you see, he's quite far behind into the corner. I thought he backed out. So I did sort of weave a bit there to apologise to him, because I wasn't going over voice chat and saying, sorry. But, that's always good. And then, coming to the end of the lap, we get Schlumpf boxing in, because every time we did the undercut on him, I don't know why he didn't end up undercutting at all, but we're very far ahead of him now, so take that what you will. But yeah, so I'm pretty sure we're going to go purple again here, and we are 140.462, and well, I'm going to try and continue on that trend. So coming on to the end of lap 20, what do? We do it again. Oh yes, we do. 140.0. Or essentially 140.1, but no one likes technicalities. So now coming on to the end of the race, because nothing happened apart from I was trying to invite Schlumpf back. But Shad got the fastest lap in the end, like a second a bit quicker, and we decide, well, I don't need all my wheels anymore. I like having, three-wheel car. And partly because it was comedic. And look, you can see it on Schlumpf's view when he went by. And then look, I'm celebrating, I love this. I'm just celebrating with three wheels on my car. I mean, when have you seen that? One of these is not like the other. But anyway, so we got a 3-second time penalty from that, unfair corner cuts. But, so Shad won that race very convincingly. And then we had Schlumpf next. And after me, obviously, because I was second. But, yeah, so it was a very good race, to be fair. And it was just a fun little race. And there won't be... so obviously, there isn't going to be a career mode for Spa, or not career mode, but there isn't going to be a race for Spa, because I bottled that one. There isn't going to be one for Singapore, because I missed that one. But there's going to be both races for Russia coming up. So yeah, so get ready for that if you really want to. If you don't watch it, I wouldn't blame you, but do the common things, subscribe, get me to 7 subs, I need that, and like, get me to one like, that's the goal. But yeah, so thank you for watching and goodbye.